Alright, guess we just do the story then.
So, it's cool if we use the Tokyo branch for our headquarters now? I'm pretty sure the Gyps guys from before thought we were, traitors.
There is no need to worry. I have told all Gyps agents that you are once again cooperating with me. I'm having the agents focus their attention on defending civilians from demons and moving them away from the void.
We appreciate everything they're doing. It's good to know we aren't turning a blind eye to the less fortunate, even when Canopus is our priority.
There is no need to thank me. My purpose, my duty to protect humanity has not changed.
Then, there are questions I have for you and Alcor.
So, what are they?
Were you born, or like what? were you just were you just like copy and pasted into the world, or did someone open up the what's it called, the task manager? Were you actually born a human life with all the knowledge of what you are? Like what's going on here?
Please, ask me anything.
I don't know about you. You're coward. We leave it at that.
First, what exactly is Canopus?
Can we talk about how I was able to call it? Can we talk about how I was able to call the fact that she wasn't human? Can we talk about that? Very little information to go on, and I was able to call that shit a mile off. I'm just saying. I deserve props. I'm based, is what I'm saying. I'm a genius.
We'll need to understand that before we can devise a plan to deal with him.
I'm a genius.
At this moment, Canopus is the most powerful and dangerous enemy that humanity and this world have ever faced. All I know of Canopus is what I have learned from Miyako Hotsui. Perhaps she should be the one to explain.
Very well. I will answer any questions you have about Canopus.
Is he an easy boss fight? How many phases? I need to know these things.
Canopus is a control system that oversees the Akashic Record and the administrators. The administrator manipulates the astrolabe in the Akashic Record in order to control our world, past, present, and future. Let us call that concept the administrator system. When the system is struck by an error too far-reaching to be amended by the administrator, Canopus steps forth. He is the divine order of the universe itself, the final line of defense for the colossal structure of the Akashic Record.
So there's no one above him? So who made him? Where did he come from?
What in the world could have activated that thing this time?
I believe it's because a being that was not a true administrator, namely me, regressed the world.
We regressed the world and Canopus woke up?
He was like, who the fuck is doing that? Who the fuck? You know that one scene with the army sergeant coming in? Who the fuck just said that? Which one of you motherfuckers just said that? That's him. Canopus comes in. Who the fuck regressed the world? Who the fuck touched my shit?
Correct. Only an administrator may make such a sweeping change to the Akashic Record. As I am not a true and rightful administrator, Canopus could not ignore my actions.
So he must have awoken when we defeated Polaris. And he's been interfering with this world ever since then?
Not quite. Until now, Canopus has shut himself down twice and reactivated twice. Let me see. Would you like me to explain what has happened in this world regarding Canopus up until now? Understood. This all began when we defeated Polaris. I divided her administrative authority amongst each of you. Then, I began manipulating the Akashic Record to regress the world. However, because I was not a rightful administrator, my manipulation of the Akashic Record was perceived as an error. That action triggered Canopus's awakening. He began to attack me as I attempted the regression.
Why? But again, why was it my data specifically that they were after? Like, out of everyone here, why was it me where they were like, hey, fuck this guy?
Shining, you may not remember, but you shielded me from his attack.
Okay. Literally answer my question with one button press. Alright, thank you.
However, in your selflessness, the attack from Canopus began unraveling your data in the record. Nevertheless, you bought me enough time to finish the first regression. In the new world, you did not exist, for the damage to your data was too great.
So that's why he wasn't there in the second world.
At the time, I had no idea about the existence of Canopus or what had truly happened to the Shining One. After the regression, there was no more need for me to manipulate the Akashic record. Therefore, Canopus ceased his assault on me. After, Canopus still registered the lack of an administrator as an error, and so he created Arcturus. He also created Spica and Denebula, so that Arcturus would have its swords. Canopus then ceased his activity, concluding that all errors had been amended.
So, Canopus created the Triangulum? I had no idea.
They are instruments of death, crafted by the divine order of the universe. The second world began with the creation of the Triangulum and the disappearance of the Shining One. In the second one, you fought the Administrator and its swords without the Shining One's leadership. After the dreadful final battle, you managed to repel the invaders. Yet, the world was all but destroyed. Everyone save Yamato Hotsuin and myself had been lost. Yamato Hotsuin and I decided to regress the world once more, but in order to restore the Shining One's data, Yamato Hotsuin decided to remain in the Akasha Stratum. He managed to resurrect the Shining One in the third world. However, in exchange, Yamato Hotsuin was lost to us. Sensing the world was undergoing another regression, Canopus stirred once more. However, I was able to complete the second regression before Canopus began his assault on me. But as I was not a true administrator, the Triangulum were reincarnated once more. As a further measure to safeguard the system, Canopus shut down all functions of the astrolabe. All that remained was the restoration function that Yamato Hotsuin was directly manipulating. In order to rectify the error, Canopus created Miyako Hotsuin to fill the absence left by Yamato Hotsuin.
And that is why I possess this duality, both human and non-human, created by Canopus. That is the story of his resurrection, the creation of the Triangulum, and the disappearance of Yamato Hotsuin. Once Canopus concluded that the errors were amended, he again shut down. And that brings us to the current iteration, the third world. And once again, you have all defeated the Triangulum. Now that the creatures of this world have eliminated several administrators, Canopus has changed his perception of humanity. He has concluded that humankind is an error, outside the capabilities of an administrator to fix.
I mean, when you think about it, if they're administrating the entire goddamn universe or creation, and this one planet is causing problems, yeah.
The moment you defeated Arcturus, my creator activated once again. This time, to eliminate the fatal error within the administrator system. Humanity itself.
Again, imagine if you're basically God, administrating the entirety of all creation, and there's one planet specifically, where people are causing problems. They rewind time for everyone in the cosmos twice without anyone say so. It's like, yeah, these guys, how about we just delete?
Where the error?
Canopus is the force behind the spread of the void, and the one keeping the astrolabe shut down. Judging by the current rate of expansion, the void will completely envelop the world. By tonight. Well, that is the entire story up until now. Did you understand all that? In that case, I suggest we plan our response right away.
You're right. Let's get to it. As I see it, we have two main problems. Canopus and the remaining administrators. Canopus is our first priority. If we don't deal with him, the void will consume the world. If we can stop him, the void will halt as well, and the astrolabe should reactivate. Then, we can restore this ruined world through another regression. However, even if we are able to defeat Canopus, other administrators may invade in the future. Isn't that correct, Miyako?
Yes, unfortunately. Polaris and Arcturus weren't the last of the administrators. There's a long line of beings ready to take their place. Urai, Alfir, Alderaman, Deneb. Each has a number of swords that serve them. We are frighteningly outnumbered, to say the least. Humanity has eliminated 3 administrators. They surely perceive us as a grave threat. It is likely the other administrators will come in the near future in order to purge humankind.
Frighteningly outnumbered. If that's the case, do we even stand a chance? We only barely won against Arcturus and Polaris. Yes, we will have to deal with them in time, but for now we should focus on defeating Canopus and reactivating the asteroid.
If we defeat Canopus, I imagine all the administrators will be like, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They did what? They did fucking what?
Maybe we can find a solution to the other administrators once we have the astrolabe. But either way, we need it. The astrolabe is our only hope to restore the world.
I agree. However, we cannot discount Canopus's power. He is the divine order of the universe itself. We're mere pawns before the order that he governs. He is far too powerful an enemy.
Arcturus and Polaris were formidable foes, but Canopus is even more of a threat than they.
Be real. Yeah, from just going through this, Polaris was a harder challenge than Arcturus. Arcturus had like story bullshit protecting him, but like as an actual fight, Polaris was much more challenging.
Not only that, first of all, Canopus does not exist within this world, or even within the Akasha stratum. He exists completely beyond our realm. Furthermore, he is beyond the concept of death itself. His body is immortal. Canopus is an eternal entity. He will never cease to function.
Eternal entity? Do you mean to say those things that attacked Chief Yamato in the Akasha stratum? Those invincible creatures didn't appear in the app's database. Do you know anything about them? Are they related to Canopus somehow?
If they weren't in the database, you likely faced shards of Canopus. Even if they are just fragments of his being, they too are invincible.
Sounds about right. Those things were troublesome.
As I have said, Canopus is the divine order of the universe itself. He is forged of the 4 prime factors: heat, gravity, space, and time. Those 4 factors make up the world as we know it. Hence, fighting Canopus means fighting the world itself.
Yeah, we can do that.
There is no way to defeat such a being.
Let me explain it this way. What happens when one tries to set fire ablaze? Nothing.
Yeah, more fire.
And fighting water with more water? Equally pointless. The only effective pairing is to match fire and water against each other. Canopus is made of the factors that govern the physical world, so he has infinite defenses. He can negate any attack. At the same time, his own attacks are always fatal to those who would oppose him. Therefore, we must acknowledge that Canopus is an invincible foe. Our only hope would be to somehow gain dominance over the 4 factors that he controls.
So, we need a solution to the following problems. How to reach Canopus, how to counteract his invincibility, and what to do with the prime factors he controls.
So it would seem. I should be able to find a way to reach him, so please leave that to me. If I modify the special terminal in the Sky Tower, we should be able to reach Canopus through that. Excellent. In the meantime, the rest of you should search for a way to defeat Canopus.
We're gonna throw hands, I got it.
However, even Miyako Hotsuin will require aid with an undertaking of this magnitude. Please, allow me to assist you.
Then it's our responsibility to find a means of dealing with Canopus and the administrators.
I am counting on you then. Please, help us to save this world. Alcor and I will head to the terminal. We should be able to finish the modifications before the day is over. Please call if you need me for anything.
The rest of you, you know what we're going up against. Let's search for answers. That is all. You're dismissed. Except you and Miyako.
Oh dear, what? What'd I do?
Good. The others have left.
What is it, brother?
I've given some thought to our situation concerning the astrolabe and the administrative authority. Now, I would like the 2 of you to brainstorm with me.
I would, and gladly. However, I really should begin work on the terminal modifications.
That is certainly a top priority. However, if you have time to spare, I want to make use of your intellect.
My intellect? Thank you, brother. I am honored by your kindness. All this time I had feared you hated me.
Do not think yourself too grand, Vixen. But you have your uses. That's the only reason I agree to let you live.
I don't know if I've brought this up before, but I've looked into why he calls her Vixen. I was like, what? Why? That's a very specific choice of words. It's because in Japanese, he refers to her as a fox woman, like a kitsune, because she's a trickster, and she's pretending to be someone she's not. So, it makes sense in Japanese. She's a fox woman. She's a kitsune. She's a false person. But there's no like comparable in English. So I was like, yeah, Vixen. That's close enough.
I do not allow my emotions to get in the way of a mission. And that's the extent of your usefulness. Accomplishing the mission.
My usefulness? Now that sounds more like you. Let me get started on the modifications. And if there's time later, I'd love to help out.
Good. Then you are both dismissed. Do what must be done.
I appreciate how, like, he trusts me with this shit. There's a high concept, intellectual shit. He's like, you know what? I trust you. You're a dumbass person, but you're smart, unlike these fuckers. Let's go.
Oh, good day. You have perfect timing. As the three of us are gathered here, perhaps we should continue the conversation we were having.
I suppose we should. I want to talk about what we should do with the world after Canopus is gone. We need to find a way to stop an endless stream of administrator invasions.
Can't you use the astrolabe to delete them all? Or like, I don't know, they're like computers, right? Can't you just like hack them to say like, yo, don't fuck with mankind?
If only there were a way.
Just make it so they can't touch humanity? Like, I don't know.
Just as we spoke of before, use the astrolabe to create a new world. Should we create a new world, it would exist beyond the realm of the Akashic Record. In other words, it would not be under the control of the administrator system. As such, the administrators would no longer be able to interfere in our world.
Yeah, there we go.
Unfortunately, it would also be a primeval world, without technology or science. Those would not be the easiest conditions for humanity's survival.
I agree. To abandon our world simply because we've been invaded would be the same as admitting defeat. That is hardly the most ideal path for humanity. If only there was a way we could avoid sacrificing all that we have built. I wonder if that's possible. Could we transform the primeval world into a more modern one?
Perhaps, but remember, in the new world, we wouldn't have access to the astrolabe.
You're right. If only there was a way to modify the world without the use of the astrolabe. Yes, that might actually be possible.
Yeah, because doesn't it change like the will of people around us so match what we want? Well, not the people, but like the world itself. So if we do create a primeval world, but we all keep the administrative authority, wouldn't we be able to essentially just guide humanity back to where it was, back to the starting point?
Brother, what do you mean?
The administrative authority has the power to reflect one's will onto the world. This could be used to our advantage. What if everyone with the administrative authority wished for a modernized world? It just might be possible to overwrite the primeval world with our modern one.
That sounds possible, in theory at least, but...
Yes, I know. If the new world is to be separate from the Akashic Record, will the administrative authority even work? There's no way of knowing.
That's one problem. Moreover, I'm afraid the will of the 13 would not be enough to perform the overwrite. It would probably require all of humanity, billions of wishes, in unison. But even if we could orchestrate that, most of the population died in the Triangulum's invasion.
You're right. There aren't enough individual wills left in the world. I see. A Of course. Everyone who's died is still within the Akashic Record. All of humanity's will yet exists, housed within the Akashic Record. If we can transfer the administrative authority like Alcor did, maybe we can do it.
To all humanity?
We won't divide it 13 ways, but rather millions of ways, to everyone. Then, we would have enough will to reshape the new world. What do you think?
Brother, that just might work.
Right. It just might. You catch my drift, yes? I believe this could create the best future for humanity.
You said you only kept me alive to help accomplish your mission. So, will you execute me right afterwards?
Maybe.
Still holding a grudge, you conniving vixen?
You call me Vixen, but whenever he is involved, you come wagging your tail like a good little lapdog.
Oh, wow, okay. Ah, I'm glad you two get along.
Finish this later. For now, both of us continue to exist in this world.
Genuine sibling behaviour.
It may be a highly irregular situation, but there is nothing to be done about it. In fact, having both of us might just work out in our favor. In any case, we need to hammer out the details of this plan further. Let's part ways and consider it some more. You are both dismissed.
Genuine sibling behaviour. I love that. That's great.
Miss Miyako, please be my friend.
Ah, yeah.
Huh? Friends? With me? That's a very clever jape.
Jape. Madam.
But, I wasn't joking.
Miss Nita, I will help you, as I promised. However, we don't have time to talk about this right now. I am sorry, but I must decline your offer of friendship.
But...
Miss Nita, let me make this absolutely clear. I have nothing to share with you.
Wait. Up until now, my friends and I talked a lot. We've even argued. Really argued.
When?
That's how we overcame our hardships. I know we can understand each other too. We can be friends. I know it.
They are empty words, Miss Nita. My apologies. I must take my leave.
Why are you so stubborn?
Because she's a Hotsui.
Why are you so insistent on this?
Because I want us to understand each other. I fought with all my heart because I want to know your feelings. So please, Miss Miyako, don't leave. Don't run away.
It's pathetic. You speak of understanding, but you have no care for my circumstances. When words fail to get your understanding, you resort immediately to force.
Yeah, and it works.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just...
Actually, I rather enjoy this.
Oh yeah, gay. Let's go.
You're so driven to attain friendship. I'm intrigued.
Yako's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what? You know what? This is okay. You know what? Women. That's okay.
I shall accept.
I think I like
head
this.
on.
Women. I think I like this.
Does that mean you'll...
I shall be your friend, Miss Nita.
Really? I did it! I did it!
Miss Nita? Now, first things first. From now on, I'll be referring to you as Io-chan.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Is that understood? Io-chan?
Yes!
And you shall refer to me as Miyako-chan. I wish for you to put all of your strength into it. That's what friends do, is it not?
It's actually kind of adorable, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how to do that.
I have officially announced my friendship with you, my first friend. Please do not disappoint. Now then, it is time to be bold once again, Io-chan. If you please.
Miyako!
Yes, Io-chan?
Chan?
She's like, oh, wait a minute.
Since we just became friends, could we just go by Miyako and Io for now? Please?
Well, I suppose it's not good to pressure you. Being friends is more difficult than I'd thought.
This is kind of cute, I ain't gonna lie.
I shall learn firsthand how a friend is to behave from you, Io.
A computer figuring out how friendship works is great. It's like,
Where am I? I am still a Hotsuin after all. Being a perfect friend shall be a simple task.
yeah. Like, okay, cool. So we give each other nicknames, right? That's how that works? Okay, cool. Alright, cool. I'm gonna be the best friend you've ever had. I am the best at everything.
Perfect friend? I don't know what to teach her.
What was that, Io?
Nothing. I will do my best.
No, we shall do our best. Together.
This is silly and adorable.
Well then, I have some business to attend to. I shall take my leave for now. I will email you later, Io.
You email each other?
Of course, Miyako-chan.
I'm gonna slide in the frame like, hey, that was silly. Hey, there we go. Hey, that was silly.
Were you here the whole time?
I was.
I gathered all my courage and just told Miyako-chan how I felt. She may be the Gyps chief and Core Karoli, but deep down we're the same. Do you think Miyako-chan and I will be good friends?
Probably.
Really? It seems that way already? I was only able to summon all that courage because of what happened those first 7 days. And what's happened in this world. And because you've been watching over me. So, if you'd like to, from now on.
Oh, wow.
At my side? Does that mean nothing? Sorry. Thank you. I'll be counting on you.
We could have friend zoned her so hard.
I guess we should head back soon. Together.
Hey, yo, rank 5. What do you get for rank 5 again? I don't even remember. Titania. I probably should.
No, it isn't necessary. I'd likely just get in the way. It is not as though I truly comprehend human emotions anyhow.
Did we not have the same conversation just beforehand with you and Neo?
But I suppose that is to be expected.
You know what? This can actually work as a follow-up from Eo's one. Like, she does all that, and then she's like, I'm just faking that shit. I don't know how this works.
I cannot even comprehend why I have such a fierce desire to protect humanity.
Programming?
I am merely a placeholder. An entity created by Canopus to play a role as the head of the Hotsuin family.
Yeah, well, that role comes with the feeling to protect humanity. And therefore, you have that.
I'm sure that even these feelings I hold were simply given to me when I came into existence.
Probably, but you still got them.
And only given so that I could convincingly play my role as a Hotsuin.
Probably, but you still got them.
Perhaps it would be best if I told you my story.
Please do.
I've always felt a strong need to protect mankind. As I was groomed to be head of the Hotsuin family, these feelings existed long before my awakening as Core Karoli.
Oh, okay, so you were actually born as a human. Like you actually had the human birth and everything. You went through childhood and all that shit. And then you just sleeper agent activated.
I never had any doubt that I possessed the right outlook to lead the Hotsuin clan. Then one day, Elcor appeared. Who are you? How'd you get in here? Or rather, why are you here?
You are Miyako Hotsuin, are you not? I am Alcor, a creation of Administrator Polaris. I am one of her swords.
Alcor. Administrator Polaris? Swords? Why do I know these words? Am I inhuman?
Well, I wouldn't phrase it in that way myself. A light shines within you that is quite like theirs. Similar, but not the same. You and I have a lot in common. We're the same sort of being, it turns out. But you believe me, don't you? Even without my saying these things, you know them to be true.
Human, yet not. I am Cora Caroli.
So that is your true name.
It was the divine order of the universe. I was given a place as head of the Hotsuin family. I was created to fulfill that role?
Yo, that's fucked up. Imagine living your whole life like a proper human life, and then sleep agent just activates and you're like, oh fuck. Oh fuck, I'm not human.
But if that's true, then my passion, my desire to be a shield for mankind, is that forged as well?
I can't answer that for you. But let's think of it in this way. Why do you feel the desire to protect man?
I don't know. I can't understand it. I just feel it.
And it's because we're engineered, because you aren't exactly human, that you doubt, don't you? You doubt your authenticity. You doubt your feelings.
I do.
I tell you now, it's how you address these feelings that is important. Humans are wondrous, so full of possibility. You are wondrous yourself for wanting to protect them. At least, those are my feelings on the matter, Miyako Hotsuin.
That is how I awoke as Cora Caroli. My meeting with Alcor shook the foundation of my identity. But he affirmed the truth of what I am. From the moment of my awakening as Cora Caroli, I have used my knowledge and understanding to develop a plan and set it in motion. I would see Alcor sit upon the heavenly throne as a true administrator. However, when he caught wind of my plan, his reaction was not as I imagined. He was cold.
Probably because you wanted to kill us all.
I do not approve of your plan.
But tell me why. This plan could save the world. We only need to sacrifice you, me, and the 13 people you entrusted with administrative authority.
Your plan will crush their potential.
If such a small sacrifice is all it takes to save humanity, then we should make that sacrifice. Would you rather see the entire species purged from existence? Of all those in the universe, I thought you would understand. You, who awoke my true self. I'm disappointed in you. I was lost. Alcor had told me my plan would crush their potential, but I was committed. There was no hesitation when I decided I needed to capture him. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks after that. After capturing Alcor, I asked him time and again about those he had gifted with the administrative authority. That's when I released Nicaea, the program he created, into the world. I had hoped it would lure you out. I was aware of the consequences. I was aware of the dangers and the damages. Normal humans would hesitate, question, fear when faced with such a decision. In order to save the world, I chose that path willingly. I suppose I am just a being created by Canopus after all. It's ironic. The more I try to protect humanity, the less human I become.
That's something that many rulers seem to see in their life.
Perhaps. But I am not searching for a resolution to my troubles. My apologies. I may have spoken of myself too much. I wonder why I become so talkative with you.
Who knows?
I think I am beginning to understand why Alcor and the others are so loyal to you.
Because I shine, apparently.
No, I can't anymore. Well then, I should be going. Farewell.